Rang.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, but I definitely do favor Raikiki's draft a lot here. TrueWhale will likely be taking the turn one, having that speeded as well as a very high base speed segment.
You know what I love? I don't see Oliver, Joe Gunn, Josephine, so that's pretty cool on my book.
Yeah, this is definitely something new that we don't see that often. Gets that reset, by doing so, boosts up the Megumi. Now, Megumi missing the stun on that Gianna, and that is definitely a start for TrueWhale.
Look at how fast that Nana is. It's going to set up the death break for the Chantas to go absolutely ham and cheese on Raigeki.
Yeah, is this going to be some insane crit damage Chandra coming out here? TrueWhale also realizes that Chao will be a problem. Trying to stack those debuffs. Chao only cleanses 2 debuffs, but he actually cleanses before that bomb would go off. So I feel like that bomb is misplaced there.
Maybe he really want to keep the slow debuff on the Chao. He want the bomb to be cleansed so that the defense break and the slow debuff will have a chance to stay. Oh, but he cleansed the right debuff, and Chao's going to be free from the shackle.
Yeah, Chao getting that bomb off, which won't really be doing anything, but the Chandra AoE damage on that defense break is already enough to take out this Light Twin Angels here, and Nana now has 2 orbs sitting on top of her.
2 orbs on Nana. It's going to be very hard, because how can you take down this Titan that is Chandra when you have no healing on your team?
Yeah, this could go the distance here. Maybe in the late game, TrueWhale does have the damage take out as Chao, but you know, for now he is still focused on his Megumi, and this Nana might be able to bring him to that late game.
And here goes. Can he land the attack now on Chao? And maybe, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. But I think the Gianna's probably going to go down to the Chao Violent proc if there's any. And that's going to be the Chao additional turn to take down the Gianna if he wants to. But the slow debuff from the Chandra is coming back very, very soon.
An interesting angle there would have been just to skill 1 the Gianna and leaving the dot, and the dot would have actually killed the Gianna. But now you have the Light Horang moving, and both Nana orbs are gone. You know, those nerfs to Nana with the revive. That is a very little HP on that Gianna.
But I think the thing about TrueWhale is the real danger for Raigeki lies in the Chandra, and he cannot afford to look away the Chandra just yet.
I mean, it is all eyes on Chao pretty much at this point. You know, this Gianna, there's 1 more orb now again on Nana. Gianna does not get a violent proc, so Horang will not be getting bombed here, and the slow on Chandra is quite impactful.
I really love that Nana pick, though. It goes to show that you have to go out of your comfort zone to try and experiment with new things that may or may not work. And right here, we have defense now coming in for the Nana soon once again. And maybe that's going to allow TrueWhale. Defense now coming in for the Nana soon once again. And maybe that's going to allow TrueWhale. Oh, never mind.
But look at how fast this Light Horang is getting. It's just moved again, and a violent proc. It moves again. Now the Gianna is out of the picture. Has a lot of damage gone, and this segment is looking dangerously low. If Chao 1 Justice will be taking out the segment, and without that, I just don't think Nana Chandra has enough damage to kill a Chao.
Hey, you never know. Chao's very good on paper, and we're out of the paper. Oh! But the Chao is going absolutely crazy on the enemy right there. Oh my god! Raigeki with the violent procs, and there's nothing that TrueWhale. Oh, not quite yet. Here is the trick of water. Double crit, I think, on 2 units right there. And we have defense now coming soon, but not quite yet because Chao's going to cleanse it away. 1 more turn for Chao. Take down the Nana. 1 more turn for Raigeki.
Yeah, this is, I mean, even without those violent procs, like, there's just no chance that the Chao...
Hey, it's kind of cool to see this.
Super cool.
Now we are all for this as we get in this game to who will take the turn 1. And the Shiho does outspeed. Can he get the stun on this Joker? And he does.
And here comes the Layla follow-up with the Chiwo follow-up. But how does he take down the enemy with the Vanessa on the field right there? That's going to be pretty bad if you give the Hwarang the attack buff.
Ooh, but that Chiwo doing very well. They're landing every single cleansing hit. Now, let's see the Kashmir damage. Skill 3, 25,000. It is enough to kill out the whole Rang.
But is that the play, though? Because now he has attack buff, and he might take down a unit here, potentially.
Oh, he does bonus damage through invincibility, actually, so that might have been an opportunity to take down the Kashmir.
Yeah, it could have been. I think TrueWhale knows that he just doesn't have enough damage to one-shot, so often go for the damage on the Chiwu as you get a bit more consistent damage there. But 2 monsters on the Raikiki's side do have invincibility, so they are safe from this tier, but does get that bomb on the Layla. Most likely has to detonate here as well. Looking
pretty good for Raigeki. The Light Hwarang, even though it's very good, you can still crit it if you have good RNG.
Yeah, you definitely can, and you know, Raigeki getting that crit, showing us that Kashmir con to the Light Horang, and now the Shiho also just doesn't care about the Light Horang, gets his stun, gets the turn cycling. This Horang might be going down very soon.
Oh, here comes skill 2, the crits all the time. Big damage onto the Light Horang. Another uppercut, take down the Light Horang.
That is Light Horang gone, and Raikiki's team is still looking very healthy. Sierra has a pretty awkward turn here. She does not have the detonator available, and Layla is getting close to that skill 2 here, Sean.
But hey, Kashmir did what he needs to do. Layla is still going to be on the field, and Shiho, remember, could 1v5. So there's no problem for Raigeki at this moment, and he's going to take down Jogun. Layla getting another turn. This might be GG for TrueWhale.
Yeah, that Shiho is just so fast. Even with just the come out, Riley getting the ban. Both players banning out the healers from the enemy side, trying to, you know, get that damage to go. Raigeki, especially with that window bar, any debuff that goes on it, that's going to take a quarter of TrueWhale's entire HP gone.
Maybe he's hoping that the shield of the Josephine is going to keep him alive, but I'm not sure for how long. And first turn belongs to the Shiho. Take down the Chandra first turn. Fire Megumi is going to be provoked, and he gets a Violent Proc as well to potentially stun the Layla.
Yeah, does have the skill to available after that Violent Proc. But most likely going for that Layla, getting, however, the wrong buff off of that Layla. So Layla does have skill 2 available, but if you use the skill 2, there's a fire monster, there are 2 monsters of immunity, and a Nobar that you don't want to debuff. So TrueWhale wisely opting to just hold that skill 2 for later.
And the biggest problem is TrueWhale team skill 1 provide a lot of debuff as well. So the provoke from the Wind Nobara is going to get even more value. And look at the damage on the Chandra.
Now, oh my goodness, that is so much damage coming to the Light Horn right off the gate, even without any stacks of that monster. That Chandra is already looking at about 30% health, and Ragdoll cannot even break a shield.
And here comes the provoke, and that is secure damage on the side of TrueWhale because he has to land some sort of debuff on the Aya. And oh no, that is bad news for TrueWhale.
Yeah, there it is. I don't know. I mean, this draft was a super weird coming out of TrueWhale, and I don't know how he really plans to win this. Raigeki is in such a commanding position. The Chandra is already going out of the field here. Nobara still has debuffs on her. That is another 25% HP gone from TrueWhale's side.
Beautiful last pick from Raigeki. There's nothing that TrueWhale can do. And every time we take a turn, the Light Horn is getting stronger. The Wind Nobara is getting stronger as well. So much damage. Even if he AoE right here, he's just suiciding at this point.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like you do have to use that AoE there. You know, you need something to get going your way. The Aya already has debuffs on her anyway, so it's not that big of an issue to put more debuffs on her. But TrueWhale still opts to go for those skill 1s. And, like, why are we drafting a Layla this early if you're so afraid to use her?
And that is not looking good for TrueWhale. The shield will not stand for too long. The damage on the Light Hwarang is too much to handle.
Yeah, this is just a masterclass in drafting from Raigeki, you know. It is a different comp almost every single game, but it's working to perfection every single time.
And look at all that debuff. Spell like bad news for TrueWhale. Maybe the Ragdoll's going to do something in the end game, but I don't think so.
Yeah, the awkward thing here is too that Ragdoll is so slow, it's keeping the shield for so long. Because ideally there could be an interaction where the Aya takes the Ragdoll to torrent range, and you can make something work with that. But the Ragdoll just has to shield at all times. Ragdoll's nearly at full health while the rest of your team is gone.
But even if Ragdoll can torrent, this is not a vampire. Not a vampire, so I don't think it's gonna have the potential to solo the team of Raigeki.
Yeah, it definitely won't have the potential to solo, and you know, with that shield, it's just too little too late to get to the torrent stage. At this point, maybe you can take out the Fire Megumi with the Ragdoll, but it's just not enough.
And remember, Aya also have multiple turn provoke to counter the Violent Proc from the Ragdoll as well.
Yeah, she does have that. This Light Horang just getting 2 turns, even without a Violent Proc, getting that extra turn, taking out the Josephine, and the skill 3 would have finished it. Raigeki takes a 3